I tell you what a goal that is. What an absolute goal that is. Take a bow. How's it going, everybody? My name is Stu. Welcome to the Deportivo La Coruña save here on FM24. Thanks for joining me in today's video, which is part 17 of the save. If you've not caught up with the save so far, and keep an eye directly above me, somewhere up there, there'll be a link. But in today's video, we will be going against Real Betis, followed by Real Madrid. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of those games, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me, and don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so, and you'll be putting a big smile on this face right here. So, since you will ask with us, well, I've got to be honest with you, we're overachieving. I'll get on to that in a moment. I want to quickly just talk you through the transfer business that we ended up getting done, because we did do a little bit more. So we got Navarro in. That was the last transfer you knew about. So 3 other players have come in since, and we pretty much have done everything we wanted to. So transfer number 1, we brought in a new left back. We'd already got another left back. Well, we got 2, and we had to send one away because he didn't meet the wage criteria of La Liga, despite the fact he was on loan, which is stupid. But we've ended up bringing in Jesus Vasquez from Valencia. And, well, as an attacking fullback, I think he's going to be an absolute superstar. As a defensive fullback, I think he's going to be fine. But against some of the bigger teams, he will get found out. But he's come in. He is our best fullback. But I've got to say, defensively so far, Doumbia is still doing better than him. But we've got a couple of good options between the two of them. So that was transfer number 1. I then brought in another deep line playmaker. I don't really know why. We've already got 2, but this guy is streets ahead. I think, mention that I was looking at him. But Marcus Enrique is in the club. I'm really happy about this as a transfer. I think he's going to do great things. He scored his first goal for us in one of the last games. He looks like a bit of a superstar already. And then the final transfer was a goalkeeper. We finally have a backup goalkeeper. He isn't a good one, I'm not going to lie to you, but he's a goalkeeper. Filip Stankovic. He was better than what he looks like now when I first signed him. He was better than 2-star. He was 2.5 minimum, but he has dropped down a little bit. But he's in. I think he'll do a decent job. I just hope we don't have to rely on him too much. And that's it really for the transfer business. Now, in terms of how we're doing so far in the league, I'm going to show you the fixtures to begin with. And yeah, just focus on the actual competitive fixtures. As a newly promoted team that's predicted to finish in the bottom 3, the top of the bottom 3, if you will, that's a sensational run of form. We've not had it all our own way. The Valladolid game and the Las Palmas game we've just played were the 2 where we looked most dominant after those first 2 draws on the opening couple of weekends of the season. But even so, with that, look at these results in the middle. Girona, who beat us on penalties in the Copa del Rey final last season, beat them 2-1. Celta Vigo, local rivals, beat them 2-1. But the big one, we beat Barcelona 2-1. And this wasn't just any Barcelona team. This was practically a full-strength Barcelona team. Okay, there's a few players here I'm not overly familiar with, but Balde I know plays quite regularly for them. Christiansen I know as well. Koundé does. Al-Musrati I know is a decent defensive midfielder. Gavi and Pedri were in the middle. Yamal and Fati on the wings. And weirdly, Xavi Simons, the midfielder from PSG, was the striker, which I don't really understand. They did have some talent on the bench, but I mean, I'm stunned that with the quality of... I know we beat them in the Copa del Rey last season, but this was the first team Barcelona, not the B team in disguise. So I'm very happy with how we've done. Las Palmas got promoted with us last season. The Las Palmas game, at the time of that game, we were third. Sorry, I think we were 5th, they were 4th, or something like that. Since then, a few other teams have played their games, so the table is now looking like this. We're currently comfortably in 5th after 9 games. The wheels will fall off at some point because we'll start to get found out and our players will start to get tired because we have a definitive first team and then a set of players outside of that. But that's a sensational set of results that we've had so far. And we're going to be coming up against, at the moment, unbeaten Real Madrid very, very soon. Betis are hovering around the relegation zone, so they will be looking for points. So, without any further ado, let's get through to the Betis game and let's see exactly what happens. I did decide not to show the Las Palmas game because I did think to myself, actually, let's get one of the bigger teams in, because Las Palmas got promoted with us last season. And then when I started playing it, I realised, oh, they're 4th or 3rd or whatever they were. That's pretty good. So, I don't know if it was a good decision or not. But this is the 11 that we're going to be using for the game against Real Betis. It is an away game, and it is Martin in goal, Juanlu, Kumbula, Langley and Vasquez in defence. Danilovic and Henrique in the middle, with Zardas, Cruz and Jota supporting Esposito up front. Injury news, we're fully fit, but Furyk has just come out from an injury, as has Esposito, who has scored 5 goals but hasn't looked anywhere near the level he was last year. It's a whole new level, so you would expect that. Ferry, by the way, came in and scored a goal while he was injured, which was nice to see. But yeah, I am intrigued to see how we do against a team of the quality of Betis. We've already played teams of the quality of Betis already, or better. So I'm really intrigued to see how we get on against them. I'd like to think we're going to win, just based on form. However, I am not unhappy, and I forgot that I did this. Bear me one moment. So going between having the 2D highlights on, just because it goes a bit quicker, because I speed it up a little bit as well, and it looks a bit better to watch too. And I always forget that I've done it, to be honest with you, so it is what it is. But we are underway. At the moment, we are the team on top. We're the only one having chances. Admittedly, their possession has been higher, but not by much. Not by much at all. Their passing completion has been a little bit better than ours as well. As it stands, we are all over them. Betis not having a good season at all so far. But we haven't got the goal to kind of push us over the edge into being fully in control of the match. I mean, we are, from a moral standpoint, winning the game. By that, I mean the XG. It's the moral victory if we have an XG victory. But yeah, we need to get a goal, really, to make it all worth it. But we have our first proper highlight. Right, we go back to the goalkeeper. Danny, out to Kumbula. Kumbula now, out to Juanlu. Juanlu looking to get it forward into Luismi Cruz, who I was going to be playing as a winger, but actually injuries and out of formness has actually led to him playing in the middle. And he's done a good job. And I'll tell you what a goal that is. What an absolute goal that is. Take a bow. Thinking of dropping him as well. Goodness me. What a strike this is. Ball gets to Zardas from Luismi Cruz. Cuts inside. Left foot. Have that. Have that, Real Betis. Zardas, who I think he's hit his limit. He's not getting any better than he is. And I think in some games he's going to be great. In some games he's not going to be great. We've seen both so far this season. Some games he's been absolutely atrocious. And then some games he goes and does a little bit of magic. That was sensational. That was genuinely sensational. I am really, really impressed with that. And what I'm not impressed with is Jose Perez running down our flank and Juanlu not being able to kind of bully him off the ball. And it's, oh, that's poor. That's so poor. It's a sloppy goal. We let Perez get the shot away. He ricochets through. And wow. I mean, Juanlu should be doing better there anyway. Ricochets through. Fekir is there. And the captain, Nabil Fekir, makes it 1-1. Disappointed. Very disappointed. But we have a corner. And Danilovic nearly makes it 2-1. Nearly. Having said all of that, though, Betis are a regular La Liga team. Let's a bit of context. A draw against them, kind of similar to the Sociedad game. If you gave me that as an option before the game, I'd have been like, yeah, sure, we'll take a draw. It's just the fact that we put ourselves into such a good position that makes me want to kind of go, actually, no, I want a bit more from the game. Right, you guys will say, get a bit better. Not going to make any changes. We're going to trust the team that's out there for now. Come on, boys. Let's go out there and let's get another goal. I mean, a draw at the moment would put us up into third, which would be insane. Absolutely insane. Stranger things have happened in football, don't get me wrong, but it would be absolutely nuts. Right, Kumbula. Looking to get it all that to Danny. Danny now. Looking for options. He's not afraid to punt it long, but he goes to Henrique instead. Henrique, it's a poor pass from him. And Jota's picked up a knock, so he wasn't able to sprint towards it. Really poor from Henrique. He's not looked bad at all so far, but that was kind of the first thing I've seen from him that looks really kind of poor from a quality point of view. So a bit disappointed with that. And it gives them the opportunity to counter-attack outwards. Right, Fekir now. Their goal scorer, Bartra. Asugo, Fekir. They're passing it around really nicely here. Not really threatening a lot with it, but it's like they're getting into position. And they've got Isco in the midfield who can just spread the ball out like that. Perez, who led to that goal going in. He's crossed it to Fekir at the far post, but it's ended up going over. Right. We have got to take off Jota. I'm going to bring Furyk on. Even though Furyk has been injured, I'm going to bring him on. And we're just going to see if he can do something. Hasn't really had the best of starts. Has had one or two decent games. but he's really struggled to find his form. So maybe just coming off the bench, maybe that's going to be the thing that helps him. Or maybe it won't be, who knows. Right, Rodri to Perez. Into Hector Bellerin, and what a goal that is from Hector Bellerin, the former Arsenal man. Former Barcelona man as well, of course. And Batiste lead. We needed to take our chances in the first half. That was our undoing. And we now trail. They've really come back into the team, into the game. I'm going to fire up and we're going to go attacking. Because we have been more than good enough to get a result out of them. We really have been. But we need to focus a little bit, be a bit more careful with our passing, and just find a bit of clinicalness. Right, Danny. Into Longley. Longley to Luismi Cruz. Luismi Cruz looking for options now. Furyk has made a run. He's found Furyk. Furyk now with bodies around him into Enrique. And is Enrique going to make up for his mistake? He does, in the form of an assist to Esposito. It's that man again, Francisco Esposito, who has pulled us back level. It is 2-2 at Batiste's place. My word. What a good start to the season we've been having. Enrique does so well that burst from midfield. Makes me really glad. I was toying with making the deep line playmaker a defensive instruction and the person next to him have the supporting instruction. I'm glad I didn't, because someone like an Enrique wouldn't be able to get forward to kind of deliver that pass. We left Jose Perez wide open there. Oh, I tell you what, Garcia's not had the best of games, but that was a big boy save. That was a big boy save. Right. Fekir and Isco doing some work. Rodri into Isco. Rodri again. Into Jose Perez. Into Bartra. This is some lovely passing from them on the edge of the area. But it doesn't really lead to anything. They have to go backwards. And the highlight ends. So it looked really pretty. But it didn't actually amount to anything. Sounds familiar. Right. Free kick to Real Batiste. Connor Cody, of all people at Real Batiste, to take. And he does take it. And they go all back to their goalkeeper, which gives us a chance. It's a huge mistake for the goalkeeper. And Esposito has made it 3-2. What a huge error from the keeper. That is catastrophic. Utterly catastrophic. First touch. Is it a first touch or is it a pass? I don't know. It ends up being neither. And Esposito, who has had a barren couple of games, has gone and scored 2. And it's substitute o'clock. We better make some changes. Whoo! Wow. Okay then. So, Wanlu's not had a good game. We're going to bring him off for Trilly. Kumbula's not had the best of games, but I think I'll leave him on. Zardas has played well. He had that goal. He has played well, but he hasn't really done a lot since that goal. I am still toying with the idea of bringing him on. Bringing him off, sorry, just for fitness. I'm thinking about the Real Madrid game a little bit. We're going to bring on Torre, who can go out wide and play on the... No, do you know what? A bit of buyer's remorse there. I'm going to move Luismi Cruz out to the wing. And Navarro's going to come on. And we'll change Luismi Cruz to a winger on attack, his preferred position. And Navarro, who, to be honest with you, his best performances so far have been when he's come off the bench. We'll give him exactly what he normally likes. Yeah. That feels right. Okay, we'll leave it at that, and then in the 80th minute we'll make a couple more changes just to freshen things up. But we lead. We opened the game by leading, we went behind, we came back to a draw, and now we lead again, because of course we do, because we're just a bit of a... We just have a bit of bounce back ability apparently. Right, final 2 changes. I'm looking purely at fitness here, but I am also thinking about making sure that we just batten down the hatches a little bit. I'm actually going to bring on Alexander, who can play as a deep line playmaker. We're going to bring him on as a bit of an extra defensive option. I'm going to turn him into a ball-winning midfielder on support. I think he can do that pretty well. Alexander, by the way, and I mean, I did mention when I brought Jesus Vasquez in, Alexander, who was our backup left-back, he's a better midfielder, so he's actually now the backup to Danilovic, and he's got enough potential. It makes me feel like it's probably the better idea, to be honest with you. Right, those are the final changes. Both of them defensive. Let's just see if we can see the game out. I don't know whether... I mean, Betis should have enough quality to get through us. They really should. We swarm them there and get the ball off of them. Right, we get the ball forward. Navarro now. Esposito. Alexander. He's got an option in front of him. It's Christian Furyk. And Christian Furyk, I say Christian, he might just be called Chris. I don't know. Furyk has gone and scored on his return from injury. It's 4-2. Wow. We've put together a good team here. I mean, forget about the fact that half the players are on loan. We've put together a good team here. Goodness me. Furyk just gets it there, puts it under the keeper. And Furyk makes it 4. And we are winning this game. We are cementing our place in third from the looks of things. Hell of a comeback now for them to get back into it. Alexander with an assist there, by the way, from midfield. Really nice to see. Right. Highlight to us again. Furyk goes all the way back to Danny. Danny now. Launching it forward. I mean, it's going to go straight to their goalkeeper, who we know has got a mistake in him. So, I mean, I'm quite happy for him to make another one. Gets out to Marc Bartra, formerly of Barcelona, of course. Antoisco, formerly of Real Madrid. There's quite a few players who have been at the big two, but, I mean, they're obviously players who aren't quite at that level anymore. Some of them are, well, all of them are players who have played there and have ended up dropping off. Paulo Fornals is not one of them. He used to play for West Ham, and I very nearly considered signing him this season, so... Random bit of trivia for you. Right, Rodri's through here. That's going to be a goal, is it? No, and we managed to clear it. Furyk heads it only as far as Bellerin, but the highlight does end. Free kick. Luismi Cruz is going for the shot. Just over. Just over. Would I prefer him to play it short there in that circumstance? I think I would have done just to waste a bit of time. But it doesn't matter because there is full time and we get 3 points from Real Betis at their place. We have torn the script up in the first 10 games this season. We have absolutely ripped that script up. I'm not sorry. I mean, all of the promoted teams are doing okay. Look at where Valladolid are. Valladolid, Las Palmas. We're all doing really well this season, so it's not even just us at the moment. Las Palmas are only 2 points behind us. Valladolid, only 6 points behind us. All of the promoted teams doing well. The only thing I can really think of is that other than the big 2 or 3, and maybe Athletic Bilbao, who again we have already played actually, who we drew against, is everyone else just not that good? Am I overestimating how good teams in Spain are? That can't be the case, can it? It must be. Well, that was good. I enjoyed that quite a bit. We'll be back in 7 days for Real Madrid. Surely that's the one where we're going to get utterly pumped. Surely it is. Back for the Real Madrid game against the league leaders. Real Madrid are currently in first place, but we are at home. Going to trick myself into thinking that's going to be an advantage. Your 11 for the game against Real Madrid is Martin in goal, Trilli, Kumbula, Longley and Vasquez in defence. Danilovic and Enrique in the middle with Zardas, Cruz and Furyk supporting Esposito up front. Jota is out for this game, probably out for the next game as well. I think other than swapping Trilli and Wanlu around, I think other than that and Furyk, it's the same 11 because they just performed that well. Then broke, don't fix it and all that. Right. I mean, we should get battered. However, the way this season is going, who knows? I'm literally going to do exactly the same thing as I did against Barcelona, which is I am not affecting my tactics. I'm not touching them in any way. The only thing I am doing is when we had the training thing, the match preparation thing come up, we focused on what to do when they have the ball. Did that against Barcelona, helped us defend them for the most part, and helped us get a goal. I'm going with the same thing just to see if we can shock them a little bit. That said, when it comes up, have a look at Real Madrid's team. It is a mighty strong one. There is a notable absentee, which is Jude Bellingham. They've got Adegula playing in the attacking midfield slot, and then they've got Guido Rodriguez, I think it is, playing in the defensive midfield slot. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. They've also got Rudiger playing as a right back, by the way. And also, we've got him behind here. Right, Esposito into Furyk. He's got to be offside. Yeah, offside before the ball even went in the back of the net. For a second, I thought we'd done it there. For a second, I thought we'd done it. But it ended up being offside before the ball even went in the back of the net. Oh, come on, boys. Funky Diamond that they're playing as well. Very funky Diamond. I do kind of want to have a look at their bench just to see. Do they have a Bellingham? They don't. Has Bellingham left and gone somewhere else? Maybe he's gone to Man City or somewhere like that. Might have to have a look after the game. I'm genuinely curious about that now. Yeah, genuinely curious. As it stands, I'd be happy with this. This would be a great result. Real Madrid starting to come into the game. They're starting to have a bit more possession, starting to have a bit more in the way of XG and chances. And the highlight starts with them on the ball as well. I mean, really, they should be carving through a newly promoted team like butter. As I'm saying that, they nearly did. And I thought Vinny Jr. had ended up putting in the back of the net. We might have actually hurt Valverde. He was down on the deck there, but it doesn't look like he's been substituted. Right, it's whipped in. Nothing doing there, but it does fall out to Luis Cruz, who is quite deep now. Looking for options to get in. He's ended up on the wing, though, which is one of his favourite places. Enrique, the Brazilian, down to Trilli. Formerly of Barcelona, but also one of our youth players. Gets to Kumbula, into Henrique. Enrique to Vasquez. I was saying all of that because I thought someone was about to bury it as a worldie. Right, Enrique to Furyk. Furyk running into the box here. Into Luis Cruz. And the former Sevilla player has put us ahead against top of the table Real Madrid. And it's not a scrub team they've put out there. It is a proper team. We lead against Real Madrid at the Riazor. Or the Riazor. I don't know how to pronounce our stadium's name. But it's at home. Well then. Very few chances in that first half. But so far we're doing to them what we did to Barcelona. Focus on their defence. Well, focus on how... I thought that was go. I thought the keeper just stuffed that up for a second. We're focusing on what they do when they've got the ball. And we're doing our best to get the ball off of them. And then we're just going to do what we know we can do. We know we can score goals. There we go. Again, we're just great at intercepting them at the right moments. But at some point, their quality is surely going to shine through. Right, Rudiger now. Emergency right back, it seems, for Real Madrid at the moment. Into Vinny Jr. I mean, they're playing a 4-4-2 diamond. I mean, I don't really know if I'd agree with the 4-4-2 with Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. as the two strikers. Maybe one of them, yes, with a proper striker. As I'm saying that, of course, Vinny Jr., with an assist from Rodrigo, makes it 1-1. Maybe I'll just shut my mouth because, quite obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's lovely play. They break through our line superbly there. Nothing we can do about that. And there's nothing we can do about that. There's some poor performances out there from us as well. Some great performances, but there's some poor ones. I'm going to say we're doing well. Because we are doing well. Let's be completely clear on this. I'll tell you you're not doing well. I'm going to tell you that I'm angry. We'll probably have to take him off now. I'm going to tell him to avoid being sent off. I'm going to tell him that he made a mistake. Apparently he did. Mbula's not playing well. Trulli's not playing well. I'm going to have to resist making 5 substitutions here, but I am going to make some. Number 1, Danilovic. I'm actually going to bring on Alexander at halfback. We'll see how he gets on. And then I'm actually going to do something a little bit risky. I'm going to move Longley to left back. We're going to bring on Carrillo, move these 2 rounds. And I'm putting the centre-back out there just to help out because he'll tuck in a little bit more. And then I'm going to take Zardas off. I'd rather keep him on, but I'm going to take him off. Luis Cruz can go out wide. And I'm going to bring on Pablo Torre. So triple change. And this is what I mean about Zardas. Scored a worldie in the first game. Played well in the first game. But then did that. So, you know. Right, I've told Kumbula to fire up. That's really done the opposite of what I wanted it to do. But we'll see whether he can recover. Right, it's a corner to us, actually. I was going to say it's Real Madrid. It's not. It's to us. Pablo Torre looking for Esposito. Cannot find him. I thought it was a dark blue shirt over there, but it's not. It's a light blue. They've really not picked the shirt colours well here. And we lead, maybe. The flag's up. The flag's up. VAR will look at it. Oh, VAR will look at it. Disallowed. It's not a goal for Esposito against Real Madrid. Let's have a look at this. Furyk Oh, come on. I mean, it is on, but the lines are virtually on top of each other. Oh, for goodness me. Well, okay, 1-1 still, but that is a golden opportunity that we have just missed there. Right, Torre. Doing really well with the ball at his feet there to Carrillo. Of course, formerly of Real Madrid, played for Casilla in the first season. We loaned him in, then made him a permanent transfer this season because he's just been solid and dependable. Right, Alexander to Enrique. Looking for Trilly. Can't quite find him. Rodrigo gives the ball away to Trilly. And it's the former Barcelona man, who's a homegrown talent of us, who's gone and put us in the lead. We're about to beat Real Madrid. Maybe. Oh, it's a huge mistake from Rodrigo. And Courtois, he's done there. The right back with a superb finish makes it 2-1. And Rodrigo, who got the assist for Vinny Jr.'s goal, is going to be absolutely gutted with that. And we forced them into a mistake. Well, we didn't really force them. It was an unforced error. Outrageous. Right, their passing has kind of gone a little bit. We get the ball. Furyk now, as I've got a hiccup. Or a burp or something stuck in there. Furyk's keeping the ball, gives it away. It's poor. It's so poor from Madrid's defence. We get unlucky there. They get really lucky. Because we could have made it 3-1. They are second best in this game. But we know for a fact that they can just turn it on with the quality of players. And Ardagula nearly puts it in the back of the net for Real Madrid. It is going to be a corner in the 70th minute. And I'm thinking about further substitutions now. Headed out only as far as Inacio. Danny does a great job there, Danny Martin. Holds on to the ball like an absolute champion. Kumbula's not had a good game here, but it's fine. I think we'll probably move Longley back with these next couple of substitutions, and we'll bring Dumbia on. And for my final trick, I'm looking at fitness. Keeping Furyk on. I'm actually going to take Esposito off, and I'm going to bring on Nacho Ferry. Feels ridiculous to do, because we know Esposito is a better player. But I also know that Ferry's got a good substitution goal in him. Vinny Jr. Oh, what a tackle that is from Carrillo. Former B-team product, who obviously wasn't deemed good enough for the first team. I'm not going to say he's delivering a masterclass out there since he's come on as a substitute, but he's putting in a good shift so far, touch wood. And we are counting the minutes down. Real Madrid are running out of time. The yellow cards are racking up. They're getting frustrated, but they are getting all of the highlights. But all it takes is us to steal the ball off of them and run up the other ends with a depleted defence because they're attacking to get the equaliser. That's all it's going to take. Right, Ceballos out to Carvajal. Carvajal looking to whip it in, but he goes short. Enrique gets the ball, but it gives it away to Vinicius Jr. They go all the way back to Ed Militao, though. Goodness me, Real Madrid are really struggling to finish us off here. And a worldie like that would have just been our luck. What a spectacular goal that would have been. It ended up being deflected or saved or something. And it is whipped in. And we head it, I don't know, as far as Ed Militao into Torreira. I knew calling him Danny Gomez, and he got his name on. Danny Martin with a sensational, sensational. He kept it out. That's a sensational part as far as I'm concerned. It's whipped in again. It pinballs around a little bit. And we clear it. 5 minutes of added time left. Real Madrid have got back into the game. They're leading on XG, leading on chances, leading on possession, leading on passes completed. But the one thing they're not leading on is the score. And we beat Real Madrid. Oh, we beat Real Madrid. We're at home in front of our fans. And we get a famous victory. Not as famous as the most famous one, which is the... I think it was 2002, was it, when they won the Copa del Rey? I think that was Real Madrid's centenary year, and they ruined the celebrations of Real Madrid. What a result that is. Puts us firmly in third. Well, second come from. Puts us firmly in third after 11 games. Quarter of the way through the season, we're third. and we're about halfway to the points total we'd probably want to set to stay up. And Carrillo manages to get one over his former club. You couldn't write that script. You genuinely couldn't for that start to the season. Third in the league. Where does season preview have us now? Season preview's increased us, but look how far it's increased us. Not by a lot. But then, I mean, we're here. Look at Las Palmas. I mean, if you have a look at Las Palmas, they're in sixth. They're having a worldie of a season as well. Valladolid have dropped down a bit, but Valladolid are still a team not predicted to do that well. They're predicted to do worse than us as well. So, what a mad season it is. What an absolutely mad season. Right, important business. When will we be back? So, we have played up to here. Let's say we come back in and around here. We've probably got to come back for Copa del Rey and Super Copa, somewhere in this region. So we will come back probably in January. I might squeeze us back in before that, though. I might actually come back for Atletico Madrid, because that's going to be fun. And then we'll come back for one of these games as well. That feels like the thing to do. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll come back for Atleti. And then we'll see what we do about these ones. Maybe we come back for Copa del Rey. Maybe we come back for Super Copa. Let's do Super Copa. And the reason I say that is because we haven't done the Super Copa yet. And I think the reason we're in the Super Copa is because we're in the final of the Copa del Rey last year. Plan. We're going to do that. That feels like the plan. So, I will see you for Atletico Madrid and Girona. What could possibly go wrong? Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, do not forget to leave that like on the video. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Completely free to do so. And you'll make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.